Hey, what's up everyone? Time for some Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Let's just get right into this. Already with our first puzzle piece. I'm assuming that's to unlock the Polaroid. I'm not completely sure about that. But I have one, as you can see, Mom's Heart, and I believe that's the devil icon, Sheol. So I'm assuming when you eventually beat Isaac and the chest, and I believe there's a new boss as well, then those markings will appear on his sheet of paper. So that's really nice how it keeps track of that for you. And then I haven't really won with anyone else other than Isaac. And I have played Lazarus, but that's the only other character I've played. So what I thought I would do this time is try out Azazel. Or Azafail. I have no idea. But what's different about him is he starts off being able to fly. And he also starts out with a really short-ranged brimstone attack. So it's quite powerful. It does a lot of damage, as you can see, but it's also extremely short range. But I think overall, even with the short range of this attack, he's probably the most powerful starting character. PhD is pretty nice, better pills, always good to have that one. He doesn't start with any actual hearts, it's just evil hearts, and you know, no real hearts. What are these purple flies all about? I have no idea what they're supposed to be doing, but that's a new enemy type. And you know, Azazel, probably as long as I can, like, you know, maintain control over this guy and not get too crazy with him, the fact that he's flying, he also looks like he's fairly fast. The short range is going to be difficult for the same reason like it's difficult, for me at least, to play with Mom's knife. It's because of the short range, but once I can... Oh, that was bad. But once I can get used to this and how this all works, this character should be absolutely great. So, Golden Poop in the secret room. I'm also going to blow up these three dudes here. I only got one of them. I'm not going to waste bombs on the other two, but you can blow up those guys and sometimes they'll give coins. Oh, is there a tinted rock in here? Checking. Not seeing one. Hopefully I didn't miss a tinted rock or anything. I've been missing a lot of tinted rocks because they look differently now. At least to some extent. So I have been missing a lot of them and that's really my bad. But oh my goodness, the damage versus Larry Jr. is ridiculous. Take this guy out so fast. So, you know, as long as you get health, tears and shot speed up. That doesn't really help me all that much with the mini brimstone. Makes me recharge a tiny bit faster probably. But as long as you get the health with this guy, he's probably, you know, one of the easier characters to win with. Although, I guess the same could be said for Judas, you know, as long as you get the health with him, he's quite easy to win with Judas as well. So that's not really saying a whole lot, but... tinted rocks are going to be really nice with this character. This is kind of like Blue Baby, I guess, in the sense that he doesn't start out with any red hearts. I don't know if he can eventually obtain red hearts, or if there's like no red hearts allowed for Azazel. I'll have to find that out with plays. Still don't see any tinted rocks, and we'll go with Tough Love 2-shot, which I have no idea if that combines with Brimstone or not. I wouldn't think that it does. I think that's just a tier effect, but there are a lot of new synergies, of course. Maybe it actually adds damage on though, even if it might not have a graphical effect. That'd be kind of cool. So hopefully it has some sort of benefit to us. Otherwise we picked up a couple items that just don't really change the way our character plays really at all. Red hearts are nice, but I would prefer a soul heart. I don't know if the you can get like the miter and the relic in item rooms anymore. I think those might be deal with the angel only items from this point forward, but if I could nab one of those two, that would be epic. Golden chest from that tinted rock really wasn't what I was hoping for there, but if I get a key, I very well might choose to open it regardless. Let's go ahead and fight the boss here. I don't really see any reason not to. Monstro is going to be, he's going to go down fairly easily, I think. Lots of damage versus him, so I take out like a fifth of his health bar every shot, which is just ridiculous. Monstro will be very easy to defeat. And a Golden Poop, I don't think I have quite enough money to make the shop a reality, but okay, here's the moment of truth. Can I get red hearts on this character? It looks like I can, so that's pretty cool. That means you can spend stuff on deals with the devil. This I believe is meteor or something, and it makes your shots sometimes cause enemies to run away when you hit them. I don't think it's very good with brimstone though, because I don't believe it works on bosses, and if you're like one-shotting enemies anyway, there's not much point if it makes them afraid because they're already dead. So I'm going to just check here for the secret room, find it right off the bat. 2 bombs is fine. I was kind of more hoping for perhaps soul hearts of some kind. Let's not make the same mistake again and just walk directly onto the spikes there. So I'm looking for rooms that might potentially house the top secret room. I've only seen a couple locations. Here could be one. I believe the top secret room can be behind... Oh, that was really bad. Can be behind the regular secret room. It wasn't in this case. And the only other possible location I'm seeing it for is over here. I guess it could be south of this room as well. Okay, we did get it. And we got an Eternal Heart. So that's really nice because I was just complaining about, hey, I have barely any HP. So now that has changed. I have a slightly more HP. I'll be up to 2 red hearts now. And... that makes me feel slightly more comfortable about the way it is. I already wasted, like, an entire 1.5... Ooh, Psychic Maws. These could be difficult with having, like, hardly any range. But I can just stand on the rocks. Okay, and they can't shoot through the rocks. Well, pretty easy way to cheese this room here, then. I was a little bit worried when I first went into this room. I'm like, Psychic Maw shots are going to be very, very difficult to dodge if I am only able to hit them from very close range. Now, I believe how these fires work is if you blow them up, they have a chance of giving you a soul heart. But I don't have any bombs, so I can't even test that theory at the moment. We already picked up our item drop, but I'm definitely going to go back, even if that's not the case. Or if it's a different type of fire that's the one that gives soul hearts. I believe it's the blue ones. I think it's definitely worth it. Worth the risk. Let's go ahead and fight the boss right away, just so we have like no chance at red heart damage. So our best possible chance at a deal with the devil. I don't know if I'd actually be willing to spend any of my red hearts at the moment. I'd consider it, but I am pretty low, so I wouldn't for the most part spend anything unless I saw something really, really good that would very much increase my chances of winning this run. So that's probably what I'll work with. I've had some people say Azafail is probably the easiest character to win with. I've unlocked the catacombs. I didn't want to unlock the catacombs. Another HP upgrade, so the HP is all of a sudden looking a lot better. Unfortunately, no deal with the devil there. Maybe next time. I'm starting to get to the point where I have plenty of red hearts. So, red hearts are primarily used for spending. I'd say that's their main benefit and main purpose that you use the red hearts for. So I'm mainly just looking for, of course, the item room, but also a bomb, so I can blow up those 2 blue fires with 1 bomb and hopefully get a soul heart from them, providing that's how they work, or if there's just a chance of it, I'll have a chance of getting a soul heart. What's this? I guess I can leave the fool behind, that's fine. I don't really need it all that much, it's just to teleport back to the starting room. Not really necessary in very many situations at all. Not unless you went to an end room that was like really difficult and almost guaranteed damage or something. The cartridge is a trinket that does something. We'll go ahead and take the peeper because I don't believe it pushes your bombs out of the way anymore. So I don't think there's any negative effects to having the peeper anymore. So that's really nice. And I think it just goes around the room and has a chance of hitting enemies. I don't believe there's anything more to it than that. We'll go ahead and do this room here. I guess this would have been a nice place to use the fool. If I was thinking about it, I would have, went back and grabbed the fool and then just opened up this room, picked up whatever was within the chest that I wanted, and then teleported out. But it shouldn't be that difficult because I do have flights. It's a wide open room without much to get caught up on. I guess I have flights, so I wouldn't get caught up on anything anyway. And I have plenty of speed, so oh, that guy spawned very close to me. We should be able to pass this arena with no problems whatsoever. And hopefully one of those pills is like Balls of Steel or I don't know what else you'd want. Tears Up. I guess Tears Up isn't that handy when you have Brimstone, but it's something. Hemistetus, I do not want that. I'm pretty sure that's a bad pill. And Paralysis, isn't that a bad pill as well? I thought I got the PhD, man. Why am I getting these bad pills? Maybe the PhD just tells you what pills are now instead of... Because I automatically knew what both of them were. So maybe, perhaps, the PhD has been changed its effect to the point where all it does is tell you what pills are. So it's still somewhat good in the fact that you won't be surprised by a bad pill, but it doesn't look like it. I'm sure the one that Hemistetus, or however you pronounce that, that's the pill that makes you like bleed, and it takes away a random number of your red hearts and puts a random number of your red hearts on the floor, I believe. Bombs are key. There's no reason to take that. Full health. I'm not sure if I want to take full health along with me or Devil. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Devil because the full health wouldn't be all that useful unless I came across a blood bank. Because unfortunately we still will not be able to test out those blue fires and see if my theory was correct or not. Let's head down to the next floor though. So far I haven't been taking that much damage, so I'm not too worried about it, and this card is going to help out a lot, especially if I come into like a really difficult boss fight or something like that, like, I don't know, the Gate. I think there's a couple new bosses which can be a little bit tricky as we take damage there at the very start. Not off to a great start so far. This floor, another bomb. Would have been nice to have these last floor. And as long as I just don't take more than another hit. I can take one more hit and be okay. I just really don't want to take more than that. I can just stand right here and I'll be completely fine. So I'm mostly just hoping on a Tinted Rock right now to more ensure my chances of a deal with the devil. Even though there's a good chance I wouldn't even take it, I still want to have one just in case, just on the off chance that there's something absolutely amazing there. It'd be kind of funny if there's like Brimstone in the deal with the devil. And I'm assuming that that would make your Brimstone the max range Brimstone, the typical Brimstone, but I really don't know how it all works. Okay, I'll look out for him. And I came very close to taking damage there at the very end, but avoided it. Gertie, I don't know if he's worth using the devil on. I think I might just go ahead and hang on to it here. Gertie does have a lot of health, so that's, you know, a thing. And there goes our last. And for some reason, I turned into, like, Game Kid there. I'm not really sure what caused that, but for some reason when I got hit. Is that Azazel's special ability? I guess it must be. I don't know what else would cause that, but... Didn't take any red heart damage, but I still did not manage to get myself a devil deal, and it looks like my range did increase a little bit with that range up, so that's very helpful. So that's very annoying that I didn't get a devil deal, but not a whole lot I can do about it. Either take that guy out quickly because he shoots, so do these things. Peeper Eye just doing work for me. Peeper Eye must have its damage increased by a lot because it took out that Boomfly just like rubbing over it a little bit. That was quite impressive. I don't believe Peeper is typically like that damaging. One thing is, I could really use a key, man. I wish that Golden Poops dropped keys instead of gold. That would be nice. 2 keys even would be amazing. Oh, that's bad. That is extremely difficult to avoid the damage of that room. But let's go ahead and go into here. I don't think I'll be playing the Blood Bank, but I will be playing this because I could really use a key, or even 2 keys, in fact. And if that happens, I will be really happy, and then I can donate any extra money to the donation machine, I guess? I don't think the next thing I unlock from the donation machine is until 50 cents, though, so it'll take a while. Blood Bag would be nice as well. I'll get some money. But I do know that you can now win multiple IV bags. Like, if you've already won an IV bag, you can win another IV bag, so that's, I guess, a slight nerf of the blood banks, because blood banks almost used to be a thing you'd play every single time. Bomb is nice, but not a key. Health up. Well, I mean, why would you not go for that? Sure, that's an extreme help. So already playing this slot machine here has been more than worth it. And if I don't get a key by the time I go down to like a few cents, I might just... What's pheromones? I have no idea what that does for you. But okay, that's a new pill that has an effect. What that effect is, I couldn't tell you. Pretty Fly, I can tell you what that effect is. It's a very good one. Okay, so we do have a Soul Heart coverage for next floor. I'm going for that devil deal again. Hopefully actually gonna get it this time. On next floor, I'm gonna play down to 15 cents and start blowing stuff up. I will blow up this machine, and I'll blow up the blood bank as well. There's a key. Okay, that's for the item room, but I do need an additional key to get into the shop. There's an additional key to get in the shop. Alright, let's donate 2 cents. And then just head straight over to this shop. I'm going to check out this last room here really quickly. I had to go this way. Oh, bugger. I had to go this way anyway to access the shop, so no harm, no foul. I was really hoping that wasn't greed. I'm just going to buy the key here. Don't need the Steam sale. Don't really want the Steam sale. And I guess I will come back here very quickly to donate and to blow everything up. I don't know if you can blow up the donation machine, but we're about to find out. I guess you can, in a way. You get money from it. That's pretty snazzy. Alright, so I'll play this, and I'll just save my bombs and not blow up the blood bank. But I will use my bombs instead to check for the secret room, and if it's right here, I could blow my way into the boss room. It's not. So that's not a possibility, but possibility is here, and there's also a possibility there. We don't even have to worry about any other possibilities. A few more cents, never hurt anyone. Shop on the next floor is definitely going to be an occurrence now. And here's my item, the chocolate milk. I'm assuming that would stack with Brimstone. I mean, they're both charge time items that up your damage, so I'm going to take it, and I really hope it doesn't, like, ruin it. It looks darker in color, so I'm really hoping that is, like, a humongous damage buff. It doesn't seem to take any longer to charge, or maybe just by a tiny bit, so that's completely fine, the charge time, at least. And hopefully that will just lead to ridiculous, ridiculous damage. So we now have Curse of the Lost, and Curse of the Lost is no longer adds a few extra rooms onto your floor. What Curse of the Lost now does is it blanks out your minimap, and then Curse of Darkness makes the floor actually dark. It's a visual effect instead of a minimap effect. So that's kind of interesting. 2 dead ends already. That helps out a little bit when it comes to... Oh my goodness! I did not see the bloody mouths of these guys. I take damage every single time against these wall spider dudes. I swear, it's crazy. But as long as I get a good hit off on these guys... Oh, already hemorrhaging damage. There goes my deal with the Devil Chance, pretty much, because there's no way I'm doing the rest of the floor without taking any damage. That's a little too much to ask for. So I think that this short range on the Brimstone is really proving to be a difficult thing. I'll take a speed up over a cartridge, which I have no idea what it does. Hopefully it does something. I'm assuming it does something. That's the broken toenail. So there goes my deal with the Devil Chance. We had a good run at it. We had a couple floors where we didn't take any red heart damage and just got unlucky, but this time, oh my goodness, these guys have the most weird random attack patterns. The short range is killer. I might as well take this over no spacebar item whatsoever, but it's definitely not a great spacebar item. One hit Larry Jr., so it looks like I am doing pretty good damage with this chocolate milk here. So this might be a really good item to take. I'm not sure how it affects you with normal tiers. Telepills, I'd rather not. I'm going to go ahead and check out the shop here. Mom's bottle of pills can be an amazing item sometimes, but we have not had great pills this rotation by any stretch of the imagination. So health up, well, that's mainly what I was looking for, and it happened, so thank you for that. Paid like 20 cents for a health up. I still think that's worth it though, so I'm relatively happy. These guys can have some crazy attack patterns, so I'm really glad I didn't get hit at all versus him. Oh, a key beggar. Keys have been a scarcity this floor, to say the least. I'm just going to go ahead and fight the boss, and I'm going to use the deal with, well, the Book of Belial card. That's essentially what it is, because I do believe it increases the chance for a devil deal. So as long as I take no red heart damage versus this boss, I have at least some chance, and since I didn't get a devil deal last floor, that chance is increased by a little bit as well. Okay, that was really, really easy to take out the body, because my damage is just ridiculous at the moment. So maybe when he's charging, this might be one of the easier ways to defeat him, since I don't have to get close and get hit by those tier patterns. We do get the deal with the angel, it looks like. Okay, I'll take it. And I have no idea. Breath of Life, invincibility at a cost. Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. I'm gonna blow up these though. I swear these things can give you soul hearts. I'm gonna try every single fire, and I better get a soul heart out of this. Am I just completely... Oh, okay, we get a soul heart in the last one. So they do give you soul hearts, it's just not necessarily an amazing chance. Horse doesn't really do anything for me because I already have flight, so I don't need more passive flight. I'm going to try out this Breath of Life item, and I'm going to wait to use it. I guess I've already found my item room, so I don't really need to proceed on this floor. Could open a couple more rooms up, but I've already found the shop and everything, so not much point in doing so. I'm curious to see what this Breath of Life does, and if this is an item that's actually good or not. I'm assuming, you know, since it's from an angel room, and most items from angel rooms are fairly decent, it's probably going to be, you know, a net positive for me to pick up. Oh, I actually have to, like, destroy the Eternal Flies now to get out of here? Or I just took damage from the spikes and it let me out. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about, but, oh, Psychic Moths, I don't like them. I do not a fan. Definitely not. But just strafe back and forth, and I should be... Okay, there we go. Yeah. My range is just barely long enough to KO that guy from a distance. One thing I could really use here is a key drop or two to make me feel a bit more... Another long room, alright. Alright, I'm liking the looks of it. I like the long rooms. They're, you know, a nice little twist to the typical Isaacness. Okay, so I have to be really careful here to make sure that there is no tint... Oh, there is a tinted rock. It's right there. Alright, I see it. There's a little X on the rock. So as soon as I have a bomb, I will need to come back for that. Can't do it at the moment. So I used up all my bombs on those blue fires. And there's more blue fires here which are just tempting me. I can't tell if there's a tinted rock here or not. All the rest don't look like it though. Shop, I'm not sure if I'm going to make that happen or not, just because I don't really have enough sense. And I would much rather use my key on something else. But as soon as I get a bomb, I'll definitely use that on the tinted rock above using it on those blue fires, because higher chance, I believe. Well, floating knights are super easy to kill with brimstone. I don't even worry about those. That's completely fine. My item room should be down this path. There we go. If I got bombs from my item room, that'd actually be a huge help, because I've been going through them this run quite fast. Probably too fast. If I held off on my bomb usage, that might benefit me a little bit more. And we will get, it looks like the sad onion, but kind of like a diseased sad onion. The dead onion. So I have no idea what that does. Every single time I get a new item, that's always a bit of excitement, a bit of a... Let's see, do I have another... I do have another couple rooms to go. I'm going to go ahead and explore those just in case we get a bomb to open up that tinted rock. But every single new item, it did not change my tier effect, so I'm not really sure what the disease tiers are supposed to do. Those have some really weird, crazy effect going on later on. I'll probably know, hey, that was the diseased onion. The diseased tiers. Kind of sounds cool. There's our bomb, finally. I almost don't... Yeah, screw it. We're not going to go keep going on this floor. I want my devil deal chance, if I can maintain it at all from this point. And exploring future rooms just gives me a chance to lose it. So let's go ahead and blow you up. We will get a soul heart and 2 bombs. Awesome. That's exactly what I was hoping for. And I will use these 2 bombs on these 2 fires. I like how the bomb can just sit on the pit and it's fine. It doesn't even drop down even though there's nothing supporting it up. Didn't manage to get lucky with those fires, so let's just go ahead and fight our mother. And I will go ahead and use the breath of air. I can't really tell what it's doing. I've been using the breath of air item, and okay. It does, I'm guessing it makes me invincible when I hold spacebar down and then it recharges, but I'm not really sure, you know, what the negative effect is, because it said invincibility at a cost. So I can't really tell of any negative effect happening, but I'm sure there is one. I don't think that was just made up. So I guess that's something though, if I'm in a really sticky situation, I can just hold that down and the invincibility will happen. I can't get hits. I could test it out. I could just go here. Let's not. Okay, so I guess the foot can stomp on you now. It used to be you could stand here and the foot would never stomp on you, and you could just like cheese the fight with your orbitals doing massive damage to Mom. Maybe that's not the case anymore. Maybe I was just standing in slightly the wrong location. I'm not sure. But I'm not really sure how I could utilize the breath of fresh air during this fight. So I'm not going to, because it's a little bit... Oh, that was like the worst dodging of all time. A little bit sketchy. There we go. Finally. So I have been struggling a lot with the new Mom, if you can't tell. It's different now. I think it's definitely more fast-paced. She slams her foot more often and all that. It used to be old Mom, you know, like in Binding of Isaac, the original Binding of Isaac, I'd have no problem with. But for whatever reason, this new Mom, even though it's essentially the same fight, I just think the foot slams down slightly quicker, and I don't know, it feels more fast-paced. But I've been having a lot of trouble with it, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. As we fight some weird mini-boss. Oh. And I stepped on red poop and died. Well, I didn't even see that. Maybe that's explaining why I'm having so much difficulty with the Mom, is I don't really see her foot slamming down before it's already happened, because it just happens very quickly. And the shadows are difficult to see, but that was a bad run, obviously, for Azafail, who's apparently the most powerful character in the game. However, it was kind of fun. Would be interested on what a couple of these new items did, like, I guess the 2-shot, for example, would be cool to see, the diseased onion. Hopefully I'll see those in the future, but thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next video.